Good afternoon. This is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson, and welcome to another Superintendent's Update. Well, we're entering probably about the 6th or 7th month of the school year with only a few months remaining, and it's been an extraordinarily busy year, as you all know. Our normal system of education, as we have known it for decades, has been interrupted. Fortunately, there is some good news on the horizon. The Commissioner of Education, Commissioner Riley, has spoken with all the superintendents across the state and has sent out new guidance that will require elementary students to be fully returning to school in the first week of April, April 5th, with the middle schools to follow later in April, and then the high school after that, with the specific benchmark date to be announced by the Commissioner in the next few weeks. The reason this is possible right now is because the incidence of the transmission of COVID has declined significantly since middle of December and into the January period, where on some of the days the state was experiencing over 7,000 new cases. That is down recently to around 1,000 cases a day, plus or minus a couple of hundred. So there's encouraging news. There are more vaccinations being given. It is anticipated that Governor Baker will be carving out 3 or 4 specific dates in March and April for teachers to be vaccinated, on the assumption that the vaccine certainly is available. So there's lots of information to share with you. We'll be sharing that with you on an upcoming school committee meeting. We'll be discussing also the budget at an upcoming meeting as it relates to school start times. And please know that we've heard you. I, along with the school committee, have heard your concerns. I know that there are a number of people who are in favor of staying with the 3-tier start times, and those who would like to see the 4-tier and allow us to have start times that are more consistent with the sleep research that has been conducted over the last 30+ years. So I'll be making a recommendation to the school committee coming up, and they will be voting on it, and I think that we'll be able to proceed through the remainder of this school year and into the next school year with as much consistency as possible. I want to congratulate the 4 finalists for the superintendent's position. The person who was selected will begin on July 1st. Whoever is selected, I will certainly be meeting with before July 1st to ease the transition for that person and make sure that that person is as successful as possible in leading the school system. It has been a distinct privilege and pleasure for me to be leading this school system over the last 15 consecutive years, 16 in total as the superintendent. It's an amazing community and an amazing school system, and I will always look back with wonderful memories of my time in the Westford Public Schools and working in the town of Westford. We have a COVID advisory committee coming up, COVID advisory committee meeting, where the physicians will be talking about the latest information that they possess with regard to the incidence of the virus, but also talking about mental health issues. The physicians on my COVID advisory committee have been consistently talking about their concern over anxiety, depression, stress in children at very young ages, and we're quite concerned about that. One of the reasons why we want to get everyone back to school just as quickly as possible. We have a diversity, equity, and inclusion meeting coming up shortly again. Just to let you know, on May 4th, which is the town election day, we have a no school day for school security reasons on some election days, and that includes the town election. We will have a full day of professional development focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so we're trying to be as active as possible and making sure that we do whatever we can to increase and enhance the cultural competence of everyone in the Westford Public Schools. So as we proceed to the springtime, thoughts of prom and graduation come to mind. The Commissioner of Education has indicated that guidance related to the prom and to graduation, high school graduation, will be forthcoming relatively soon. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and call me. Sometimes a call is better because I do receive about 150 emails at least every single day, and some of them become buried amongst a lot of the spam emails that we receive. So I apologize if I don't get back to you right away, but please know the volume. Every superintendent in the state has noticed that since the COVID pandemic has changed our schedules, the number of emails has tripled in some respects. So it's challenging, but it's always enjoyable. I look forward to seeing you the next time we have a chance to talk.